So yesterday we left off at example 3b. We finished up to this part. So today we're going to do these two harder algebra questions. Okay, so does question C look ugly?
No, it's very beautiful.
It's very beautiful. Nice. Okay. It looks ugly to some people because of the fractions. Okay. Yesterday I asked you guys who doesn't like fraction, and a lot of people said they don't like fractions. So let's get rid of it. Okay. One way to get rid of fractions in one simple step is to, as we were just saying earlier, multiply everything by 15. How many terms do you see here? Isabella? 3, yeah. So I'm going to multiply this term by 15. I'm going to multiply this term by 15. And I'm going to multiply this term by 15. Okay. Times everything by 15. Okay. And then let's see what happens. 15 divided by 3 is? 5. And then 5 times, so you have 5 times 2a. Okay. What's 15 divided by 5? 3. So 3 times 4a. And then what is 7 times 15? 105, I think. 105? Yeah. Okay. And you see, just like this, one step, no more fraction. It looks much more beautiful.
I think it was beautiful in the beginning.
Simple is also beautiful. Okay. So now 5 times 2a, I know is just 10a. 3 times 4a is 12a. And then 105 is still 105. Okay. So now this question looks like our warm-up question from the beginning. Okay, I'm going to move the 12a over to the left side. Okay, let's move it over. So, so Nicholas, 12a, when I move it over to the other side, what does it become? Yeah, negative 12a. Good. Okay. And then long, 10a minus 2a, 12, 10a minus 12a. Negative 2a, good. And then lastly, Jeffrey, what do I do with this negative 2? Yeah, by dividing?
Yeah, divide.
Yep. And then so A equals just this. So negative 105 over 2. I don't like decimals, so you can just leave it as a fraction like this because it doesn't go in evenly. Right, Ariana?
Yeah. I got that.
Yeah.
When you multiply everything by 15, why is 2 over 3 become 5 times 2?
Because 15 divided by 3 is 5. So then you're doing 5 times the numerator. And then same thing here, 15 divided by 5 is 3, so it's 3 times your numerator. Yeah.
So we never change it to decimal.
No.
What? No.
What? Okay. So let's try this next one right here. Oh, by the way, why does cross multiplying not work in this case? Why did it work here and here, but not here? Yeah. Yeah, because of the plus 7, you actually have 3 terms, as Isabella said. All right. The cross multiplication way only works if there's 2 terms. So 1 term on each side. Yep. Oh, okay. Sure. So for this one right here, what is my lowest common denominator? 15. So I'm going to okay, so I'm going to multiply this by 15. I'm going to multiply this term by 15. I'm going to multiply this term by 15. So all 3 terms by 15. Okay. This right here is still all 1 term. This right here is still all 1 term. Okay. So just like what we were doing here, 15 divided by 5 is
3.
3. So I have 3 times my numerator, which is 3x plus 2. Where did the bracket come from? Because all this is in my numerator, so that's why I put a bracket around my whole numerator. Okay. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So 5 times 2 is 10. So I have 10 times this. And then lastly, 15 times 1 is 15. Okay. So again, just to re-explain this, between 3 and 5, I know my LCD is 15, so I'm multiplying all 3 terms by 15. 15 divided by 5 is 3, so it's 3 times my numerator, which is that. And then 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10, so then I have 10 times my x minus 1. You could write 5 and then bracket 2 times x minus 1. I just kind of combined that together. Okay, and then 15 times 1 is just the 15. So just like that, no more fraction. It looks much nicer. Let's say, okay, Kavya.
First you would do 3 times 3x, which is 9x, plus 6.
Right, you want to distribute it by timesing. So 3 times 3x is?
3x. I mean 9x.
9x. And then 3 times 2?
6.
Plus 6.
Equals 10x.
Yep.
Minus 10 plus 15.
Good. Okay, so I just distributed the number into everything inside the bracket. Okay, I don't do 10 times 15 because 15 is outside of the bracket. Okay, Ariana, can you help me with the next step?
9x minus 10x.
Good.
Equals negative 10 plus 15 minus 6.
Excellent. Okay, so she moves it to 10x over to the left, move the 6 to the right. Okay. Let's see. Zachary, since you weren't here yesterday. Okay, 9x minus 10x. Negative 1x. Good. And then, yep. And then here?
5 minus 6. Wait, negative 10 plus 15?
Yep. So negative 10 plus 15 is 5. 5 minus 6 is?
1.
1?
Oh,
Negative 1, right. Okay. So as James said, do I have to put negative 1x? Can I just put negative x? Yes. I just put negative 1x to show you guys that you still have to divide it by the negative 1 when you move it. So x equals positive 1. All right. Now I know that there were quite a few steps here, and especially this step is very easy to make a mistake. So if I'm not sure about my answer, sub it in up here, and then you can see that you will get left side equals right side. Okay, so for example, if I subbed in 1 right here, 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5, 5 divided by 5, I get 1. Okay, what about this side? 1 minus 1 is 0, so that means 0 plus 1 is 1. Left side equals right side, my answer is correct. Okay. I think algebraically, this is as hard as it will get on the test. If you see a question like this on the test, do you think you can do it? Okay, with some practice? Yes. Okay. Next example. This example is a little tricky. Okay, on the next page, page 9. Okay, so cell phone companies offer 2 plans. Plan A is 123 minutes and then 75 cents each additional. And then plan B is 30 minutes free with 25 cents additional. So how can I write plan A as an expression? Cheryl?
So you think the equation of y equals mx plus n, then the fifth n is 0.75 plus 120.
Okay, so based on what we did for the on Monday, this is what we wrote. Okay, but then, what's wrong here? 75 cents is cost, but then 120 is minutes. So it doesn't make much sense here. In the past, when we wrote this, it was $120. So that's the difference between our question before and this question here. So not quite that. So I can't have that. Yeah, sorry, I should have told you guys to write in pencil. Don't write it down yet. All right. So, who has another idea? James?
It says x is like time, right?
Yeah.
So we do 0.75 bracket x minus 120.
Okay. So, I like what you said, but I'm just gonna write down this first. Okay. So, in my morning class, they said to write this, which is similar to what James said, because you get 120 minutes free. But that means if I don't talk any minutes, I get $120 back. No, right? Right, Jeffrey? With a flash too. Jeffrey, yes, thank you for helping me with this question. Yes, I know. So Jeffrey, if I talk for 0 minutes, how much do I pay? Nothing. If I talk for 119 minutes, how much do I pay? What if I talk 121 minutes? Yes. So if I put 121 in here, 0.75 times 121 minus 120 doesn't give me 75 cents. So, Owen, did you have an idea? Right. And that is actually what James said earlier, but I wanted you guys to think about it. Excellent. So I actually need brackets around this because the first 120 minutes is free. So, and you can see why the brackets matter. Because if I just do 0.75 times 121 minus 120 with no bracket, I get this. Okay? But I know I should be getting 75 cents as my answer. So this is one trick to figuring out the expression. Because you know when I substitute 121, I should get 75. How do I get that? By doing the minus 120 first. Okay, so if this is the expression for plan A, how do I write for plan B? Let's say, Manny, can you help me with this one? So if plan A looks like this, what does plan B look like? Plan B, right here.
So we do 0.25
Good.
and bracket
Yep.
x minus 35.
Perfect. Good. Yeah, that's it. So if I want to find out when will the cost be the same, when they will be the same, what sign should I put in between them? Owen? Equal sign. There you go. Okay, and there's our equation. Okay, we had to do it parts by parts, but we built it. Right? Now looking at this, isn't this just like the last example that we did? So distribute, 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 distribute. So 0.75x, whoops, minus 90 equals 0.25x minus 7.5. Okay. Why am I allowed decimal in this question? Because it's money, and also because there is decimal in the original question. Okay, move the letter term to the left, move the number term to the right. Okay, so Johnson, do I do anything with this 0.75x?
Oh, you subtract 90?
Can I mix these two together?
No.
Yeah, so I can only move this over and then subtract them. So 0.75x minus 0.25x. And then on the right side, negative 7.5 plus 90. Jared, can you help me here? So 0.75x minus 0.25x?
0.5.
Yep, 0.5x. And then here, I get 82.5. Okay, so Jared, what do I do with this 0.5 now? Opposite of multiply? Divide. That's it. So x equals 165, not 167. Alright, Aziza, what do you think my unit is here? 165 what? Okay, dollars. Yara, how about you? What do you think my unit is here? What were we solving for? Okay, how long? Say that again. Yep, say that again. Oh, you didn't say anything? Okay, sorry. Alright, so you were trying to figure out when both plan will cost the same. So 165 what? Aziza, do you have another idea? Alright, Johnson? Minutes. That's right. It's minutes. Yeah. Okay, because the question actually says for what time. So I know that like the first time when I wrote this question, I thought dollar as well for a second, but then I was like, wait, let's read the question again, and then oh right, it's minutes because it says for what time. Okay. Now what if I add an extra part to the question and says so how much is it gonna cost me? I think I should. What do I do if I want to know how much it will cost me? Yeah? And then? Does it matter for which one? Alright, Portia, what do you think? Does it matter for which one?
We're solving for how many minutes makes both.
Right. Okay. So we're trying to figure out when are they equal. So it doesn't matter which plan because both plans should cost you the same. Alright, so let's say for this one, the first plan, as Zachary said, 165 minutes. If I get 120 free, that means how many minutes did I talk over? 165 minus 120, 45 minutes. Right? 165 minus 120. So 75 minutes times 45, I get $33, I think 75 cents. 33.75. Alright, now check this. If I only get 30-minute free, how much extra did I talk? Long? If I talked 165 minutes and I only get 30 minutes free, how long did I talk over? 135. Yeah, so if I do 135 times a quarter for each minute, I also get 33.75. So I know my answer is correct. Right? Because we were solving for when are they equal. So that's why it didn't matter which one we solve for. Okay, last one right here. Suppose I have to solve this problem. The sale price of a jacket is $41.49. Original price has been reduced by 17%. What was the original price? Doesn't this question look familiar? Yes. Where did we see this question before? Chapter 1 and 2. Yeah, so we know how to do this. Why are we doing this question again then? Because I want you guys to remember that we actually did this in chapter 1 and 2. So now that we know a new method, doesn't take away the old method. Okay. So 17% discount means how much am I paying? It means I'm paying 83%. Good. Okay. So 83% of the jacket gives you $41.49. Okay. Afnan, what is 83% as a decimal? Good. Yara, what does of mean? Add, subtract, multiply, divide. Okay, of means times. Good. Times J for the jacket equals that. Okay. And then last step, let's see. Okay, Johnson.
41.49 divided by 0.
Good job. So yeah, last step is to divide. All right. So the price of the jacket, 41.49 divided by 0.83. I get this. Okay, let's see. I'm picking on people. Spencer, what should I round this to? If we're talking about money. Oh. Do you want? Okay, I'll zoom it in more. Okay, so in terms of money wise, I'm paying too much if I just round it to 50. Remember, for money, I want 2 decimal places. So 2 decimal places, give him a chance. Yeah, 49.99. Good. No, I don't. I'm short a penny. If you're short a penny, some places won't sell you the thing for a penny. Alright, so Ben, what's my unit? Dollars, that's right. There you go. Alright, so we were actually doing solving algebra since chapter 2. Okay. So for homework and the rest of the class, you are finishing off the rest of the questions. So questions number 12 to 22. Whoa, 10 questions. I'm so mean. How long do you have right now to start on these questions? Do you have 25 minutes in class to start on these questions? Anything not done will be homework.